to the next game of Pentaclick eSports. The game between our previous winners, HK Engine versus Team Cyka. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but this game, joined with me, is indeed Max. How are you, Max?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
He is the organizer of this tournament, guys, so do please pay some respect to Max. But yeah.
Come on, we could have done it. Could not done it without you, so
Absolutely.
don't make that much credit.
We do see that Alistar and Victor being banned. Alistar is a very strong support, so if you don't want to deal with him in the lane, you should ban him out, especially if you're not first picking him. So that's a reasonable ban, and the Victor as well, really strong mid laner, as we did see HKN utilize him. Actually, they didn't. They won against the Victor. I'm not sure about the ban, probably because one of the players in HKN division do play him, so Cyka just banned him out right away, and we do see that Elise being banned out. Really strong early game jungler. Want to get rid of her if you're not picking her. Probably will be looking to pick some other early game strong jungler as a first pick rotation. I'm not sure yet. Sivir is somebody that was also being played against HKN division, and they did win against that, so I'm not sure about the Victor and Sivir ban, because HKN division did actually win against them, so no reason to ban those if you're not gonna pick those anyway. And the Thresh, probably a targeted champion ban for one of the Cyka players, and the Echo as well, utilized by one of the junglers in HKN division, so you wanna ban him out, not give him something that he used consistently in the game to carry the team with the vision and the utility that he provided. But by banning Echo, they actually gave away that Skarner right there. So given that Skarner was being open, they immediately picked it up, and HKN division will definitely have a lot of late game presence coming in from that Skarner, as he is very strong right now. Shouldn't be seen in the competitive games at all, I don't think. He's extremely overpowered, but you can respond to a Skarner with a Shyvana pick, but we actually are seeing a Gragas being picked up. So in terms of the early game, Gragas will be stronger, but he will produce a lot less DPS than Skarner. But he does have his ulti, so he will try to zone people out, to corner people out, if he knows how to play Gragas accordingly. So I wouldn't say he is the best pick versus Skarner, but Skarner does have to go for that. In order to get his ulti off, he needs to approach somebody, and he can stop him by using his barrel or his ulti. So okay, I guess Gragas does work in a way, and Morgana is 100% counter to Skarner. Well, he doesn't counter his DPS, of course, but she does counter his ulti, so she can just shield the carries, and Skarner will have no way of using his ulti correctly.
But yeah, I think it's a little bit quite opposite about Morgana. I think it was picked specifically to not block Gragas barrel, because it is a really scary disengage tool and engage tool. So yeah, but right now I'm really curious if this Morgana is actually a support pick, or maybe mid lane, or even maybe a top lane. So
yeah, we actually do see Morgana being picked up in the top lane. We actually did see like two months ago, but they did stop picking her up because there are just so many better top laners and mid laners out there, as we do see Vladimir being hovered over right now. Probably they will pick Vladimir for the top lane, but not 100% sure yet. But I definitely do like Tristana and the Nami. Now Nami will provide a lot of utility for Tristana to stay alive during the laning phase and post laning phase in the team fights, and conjoining with that Skarner, they will have such a strong late game. Depending, it's very depending if they will not lose during the early phase, and that is something that we've been seeing in Korea. Korea focus on the early game quite a lot and snowballing off of that and winning the games by doing so. So
yeah, they were really good at that a lot of the time since, I don't know, season 2 when Korea region joined every major tournament. So,
yeah, they do.
But really, Tristana is actually not that great in the early game. So
yeah, so if that's the thing, Corki can actually, it will definitely win against that Tristana, so which will give them significant lead, especially with that Vladimir in the top lane. There's not many ways to gank that Vladimir, not many ways to counter that Vladimir, so he will do a lot of pressure in the laning phase, which might give Team Cyka a significant lead from that start. Now, LeBlanc, wouldn't say LeBlanc would be the best pick right now because that Gragas and Morgana are both up, especially with the Vladimir. You're not gonna W him because he does have that pool. Not 100% sure about LeBlanc, but I think it's the same person that was playing Zed and definitely did carry and snowball the game. So by picking such a bursty solo carry champion, he might just do it again.
Yeah, well, I think that Zed would be a better pickup actually in this case because, well, clearly HKN were seeing that they pick Tristana and Jax, who are clearly hyper carries at the late game. I don't know why would you pick LeBlanc, who is, I don't know, I would call her maybe better at mid game carry.
She is good late game, but the reason why she's not being picked up right now is because of the tank meta. So she already saw Gragas being picked up. She already saw the Vladimir being picked up. You shouldn't be really taking LeBlanc against him because she's not gonna actually burst him down, and especially against the Corki, she's not gonna get to that Corki. So there aren't really many squishies out there for her to focus. But actually, it's gonna be Vladimir mid. Not sure how LeBlanc will actually do versus that. But I won't see her doing a lot of utility unless she is ahead. So Garner might need to be doing some work during the laning phase. But Gragas is going to be a lot more efficient during the early game. So mid lane should not be won by that LeBlanc. It's going to be really interesting to see. In terms of a 2v2 top, it's going to be definitely coming in favor for the... Actually, every single lane should be coming in favor for Team Cyka. But the late game is definitely strong with the Jax, with the Tristana and the Skarner for Team HKN division. So it's going to be really interesting. Will the early game or the late game comp will take the dominance? If the late game comp played safe, played accordingly, don't contest those early dragons, they should come to an early lead. Not an early lead, but a late game lead without losing much.
Yeah, well, I think red team have a chance if they snowball. They probably is going to take this game, and HKN,
yeah.
Well, if they will be able to play safe, not lose too much objectives, I think they will carry the late game. So
yeah,
we'll see.
It was going to be interesting, but we'll see you guys as soon as the delay will be finished, and we'll see you in the game.
And we're back.
Alright, so the red team should be going for an invade because they are just so strong, especially with that Morgana ban. Once you have a Morgana, you're just set for an invade. It does not have to be a Blitzcrank as you would see in a solo game. That Gangplank is going to be late for an invade, so not sure if they're going to commit to it just yet.
Yeah, so we see it, both teams are actually gathering at the lower side of the river, so we could see a potentially invade. No, I don't think.
Putting on some easy wards right there. They do not know that Corki and Gragas are in that brush, but they just back off and there's nothing gonna be happening just yet. Corki is gonna back off. They are gonna probably rotate towards giving that early gromp for the Gragas. And the red buff for the Skarner. If the Skarner will start with the red buff, he actually can go for an invade, but I don't think they will commit for that. especially when that Morgana is around.
Minions have spawned.
Garner will have to position himself around these gems, these rocks. I'm not 100% sure what the name is, but he will get a significant buff advantage over them in terms of movement speed and attack speed, I'm pretty sure. So
I
he
thought
will...
they were called crystal spiders or something like that. You actually
Oh,
asked that a lot last time.
Crystal something indeed, yeah. I'm not 100% sure. But it will give them a significant lead in the jungle. But Jax actually did go for the Raptors. He is not looking to get denied by that Gangplank, as he does know he's gonna have a difficult time against him. So he's gonna pick up easy Raptors, gonna back off, but get some decent items, and then go into the game, into the lane after. Gangplank actually went for a crystalline flask. He's not actually looking to deny Gangplank in Jax as much. He's actually looking to sustain himself in the lane for as long as possible. That's actually very interesting to see.
Yeah, well, but more or less it's a basic start. 2v2 bottom lane. Junglers are not rushing anything, just farming the jungle. We see that the Blank is actually trying to be pushy on the mid lane. That's all nice.
The double engage, the double bubble though.
Yeah, double bubble.
Jax does actually get to leap off for a Gangplank. He does have a lot of pots, so he's going to be sustaining the damage, but he is going to be forced to flash away. I don't think he actually needed to commit to that trade. He did not estimate Jax's damage.
Wow,
Jax goes for the flash.
Goes in Counter Strike. That's bad, probably. Ah, no, he actually survives, and Minion. Yeah, Minion.
No,
not this time.
Yeah, he didn't take the caster minion aggro, so he was easily able to get away because the melee were just not there to do any damage. Does get caught by the binding, but Vladimir getting caught by the chain coming out from LeBlanc. Skarner goes for that CC, flashes and secures the kill. Easy kills being picked up by the mid laners and the top laners. The reason why I'm saying the top lane kill was easy was because Jax knew that Gangplank had no way to escape because his flash was already down, so he just went and committed for it. Diving at level 3 is not the best idea, but as we did see, it was very, very significant, and he just took an easy lead right now, and that Gangplank will have a disadvantage in the top lane and will call for that Gragas pressure.
Yeah, HK division is actually, I think they understand that they are more of a late carry, have a late carry team composition.
They're already taking an early lead.
Yes, they know that if they won't take this lead, then red team will snowball. Oh, actually it's a nice gank on the Jax, but I think that he will need to escape because he have a lot of HP, and I think he still have no, he don't have vision ward, stealth ward. But still, he gets away pretty easily.
He actually got it. The only reason why he survived that gank is because he had the double Counter Strike. He did not have his flash, so if he wouldn't have had the Counter Strike on that Gragas, he would have definitely been a dead person right there. Now, I'm finding it really weird that LeBlanc is getting these chains off on Vladimir because he does have his pull and they do counter the chains. So, not the best positioning, probably coming out from Vladimir. But we do see Gragas making some offensive positioning in the jungle, but he is gonna back off. The double bubble though, this Nami is actually doing really well. The double CC coming out in the bottom lane, just giving such a good advantage for that Tristana. Corki should be denying that Tristana, but it doesn't seem to be looking like it, as Tristana is just having a time of their life, farming up, getting to that late game without any of Corki's denial, and she is ahead by 11 minions. LeBlanc getting another chain off. That's absolutely crazy. Vladimir, what are you doing? I'm not 100% sure yet, but it's not looking too nice.
Yeah, Morgana trying to be aggressive and bind every time someone, usually it's Nami, but Corki is not following for some reason. Probably he is afraid of this Tristana.
Yeah. AD carries base damage is always really low. Oh my god! LeBlanc completely misses her chain by 90 degrees. Did not estimate Vladimir to go on that route. She is gonna flash.
Even flashes and
Yeah.
finish him with the W.
She only had enough mana for one more W, so she did have to use a flash because she would not be able to use anything else afterwards. If she would use her chain and missed it, that would have been an alive Vladimir. He would still be alive because she would not have enough damage to secure the kill.
Yeah, really interesting play from HK Division because yeah, I didn't saw that kind of play from late team comp in a long time, that they play this really aggressive and get away with it because yeah, you think that usually like Vlad shouldn't have problems with versus LeBlanc, and this bottom lane shouldn't have the problem with this versus Tristana and Nami, but it's really strange that they're like losing really much.
Nami is good in the laning phase, but Morgana should still be doing a lot. I think it's more or less mechanical skill coming out from the Team Cyka is what's causing it. But it might. The thing is, it's the level of play that's causing all this difference, and the double construct, the double bubbles is what's giving them a significant advantage. Now Gangplank is trading off. That Jaxi is gonna stay in his ulti. Gangplank getting that sneaky barrel off as Jax completely knows what Gangplank is planning, so he is gonna be walking around, not taking the bad damage.
He lands something to do like his ultimate just in case to secure the kill, and gets the kill actually.
Karan was there at the right time, at the right place. He was actually in the enemy jungle getting some deep vision, and it's exactly what they need right now. At the moment, they're 100% aware that Gragas is somewhere in the bottom side jungle, so they can make any plays accordingly. Jack can just push without thinking that Gragas is going to be near him, because they know he's nowhere around. So that's what I love about Deep Vision. They just know where the enemy jungler is and can play accordingly to that.
Yeah, and that's really good that the whole team is playing well, equally aggressive to not mess up anything. This Nami. Oh, so decided to flash away.
Nami is still level 5, so she won't be able to produce a lot of utility in the team fight, so she has to join up with the AD carry to get some extra farm, get to level 6. Now, since LeBlanc saw that Vladimir did use his ulti, she did not engage for it, but she does use her ignite.
Oh my god.
And Scar just taking over the enemy jungle, picking up the easy kills. There's no safe place to run, no safe place to hide versus that Skarner right now. He's just so scary. The thing is, he's always in the top side jungle, so what the red team can do right now is just prioritize that dragon, because they know Skarner's top. Right now they actually saw the Skarner top, so Gragas, what are you doing? Go for that dragon. It's unboarded, it's completely safe, and they should be going for it right now. Okay, the thing is, Vladimir was dead, so committing onto that may not have been the best thing, but they have to use the jungler pressure. They have to use the information they have about the enemy jungler to play accordingly, and it's not what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but it's clearly seen that they're really scary, and Vladimir wasn't there, and LeBlanc was still on mid farming, and LeBlanc already have 1 kill and 2 assists, so she's snowballing it pretty hard, and she's have higher group score than Vladimir. So yeah, and actually she goes for the first item is Morello. Sorry, I forgot the book.
Morello's, yeah.
Yeah, so
she will be looking to sustain herself for the length of the game, but she actually won't be as useful in bursting down people right now, as she doesn't have any penetration roots coming with her, so she won't be able to roll as much as well. But the Gangplank creating some pressure globally with his ulti, forcing Tristana and Nami to head back and buying some time for that Corki and Morgana to pick up some extra farm, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to sustain in the lane at all. Nami trying to get that bubble off, trying to provide an opportunity for Tristana to burst somebody down. Her ulti, Tristana's ulti is down, and so is Nami's as well, so it's gonna be a fight of autos rather than any abilities going around.
Yeah, so nice binding from Morgana. Oh, and the bull not saving him.
Yeah, the pool was used too late. That was the problem.
The chain
can dodge
connects.
the pool. The pool can dodge the chain, but it's just not well timed. Skarner is gonna go for that solo dragon, but Nami getting
from like getting aggressive. and got used on Tristana, and they decided to disengage. And Skarner easily picks up the dragon because it wasn't warded. Yeah, both lanes were pushed.
Gragas not using the pressure correctly, giving that dragon completely to Skarner, such an easy take. Morgana follows up with the Skarner ult. He does actually manage to save that Gragas, but he was forced to flash away, so that's flash down for Gragas. He does have his ulti, so any other pressure caused would have been followed up by that, but it seems that was just enough to save his life. But Skarner is making his way for that dive. Looks like he doesn't know should he go for it, but he does make some deep vision for the bottom lane, showing where the jungler is, showing where the bottom lane could possibly be post the laning phase. So the laning phase is going to be over right now because Tristana is going to take her turret. So if they're looking to push him, Skarner did the right job in putting the vision correctly because they can overextend as much as they can. Actually, the top lane is going down as well, so that's so much map pressure coming out for the blue team. It's absolutely amazing. If we take a look at the map, it's completely dominated by the blue team. Now, I have to say, the second Sightstone hasn't been... Oh, it actually has, as decided. They just picked it up right now. Skarner did pick it up. He went for a side ward and a pink ward as well, providing so much utility for his team right now. Really well played. He's playing a supportive style of a jungler and causing such major advantages all across the map, I have to say. Now Skarner is doing a crazy job right now, and he should be. By the way things are going, I definitely would nominate him for the MVP. Despite the 3 kills he has, the items he's buying are just so good. It's something that I like to see for my jungler to be doing. So
yeah, usually when you play, it can be really easy when you get this advantage. You can be really greedy. Oh wow! So the chain misses this time, but LeBlanc was able to lower the HP of Vladimir to 50% easily. So it's actually already looking really grim because we're 14 minutes into the game and blue team already extended the goal lead for 5k almost. So, and this is a huge lead at this time of the game, and they have 1 dragon, 2 towers, and they're pushing like crazy. So I don't really know what red team can do to make something like even happen to try to win this game, because right now they are losing all of their positions. Probably Gangplank will die here.
Gangplank does get caught by the right there, so there is just no way to escape. There is no team to follow up to that because they just know that Gragas is in the bottom side jungle, so they just can do whatever they want. They can toy with Gangplank as much as they want. He does have the TP, but we haven't seen being used efficiently at all to provide extra pressure in other lanes, as every single lane is losing really hard right now. But you mentioned earlier what can be done for the red team to come back. First thing that can be done is getting some extra sweeping lenses, because right now the division is just all over their jungle coming up from the blue team, so they have no space to run, no space to hide from them, and it's causing absolutely so many disadvantages, as Skarner is just causing so much vision. Now we finally do see a TP being used by the Jax. Gangplank is going to be forced to flash away, but Counter-Strike does secure the kill. Gragas going for the low Skarner, but he is way too tanky, as Jax does produce a lot of damage with the Sheen procs. He is going to be forced to use his ulti, but I'm questioning why wasn't the ult used earlier in order to save that Gangplank. Kind of a late ult coming out from the Gragas, and he is going to be forced to black.
Myself as well. It's really strange usage of the barrel, and it's really strange that he went after the Skarner because he's more tanky than Jax, and he could help Gangplank first and not to be greedy and try to kill Skarner, who had decent amount of HP.
Well, thing is, Jax is already so ahead, and if we look at the jungler itemization, Kara, okay, he is slightly bit ahead in terms of minions, but he is 4-0 right now, has 1 more assist. has a Giant's Belt, has a Sight Stone, while Gragas only has a Cinder Hulk and the Ninja Tabi Boots. That's a crazy advantage coming in for Skarner, and he's snowballing it so well, causing so many plays all over the map. Not plays, I can't say, causing their vision plays all over the map, and absolutely dominating the red team in terms of vision, I have to say. I'm questioning why isn't that guy supported, because he's doing his job so well right now. But it looks like he doesn't actually catch that. Gragas. LeBlanc is going to be forced to get away. Gangplank does get caught, not able to use his barrel, and LeBlanc is flat. He does try to sustain himself, but actually, oh no, he was not able to get LeBlanc. She does actually escape him, I'm sorry. But Vlad tried to sustain himself as long as he could, but there was just not enough damage coming out from the red team, and they're just getting dominated in the team fights. I wouldn't like to use the word stomp, but it's just what it looks like right now. It's really, really grim, and
yeah, and with last fight,
well.
we can see that the blue team extending the lead to take 9k gold. And now they will easily take this dragon again uncontested, because there are no missions for the red team whatsoever.
Yeah, we don't see any of the players from the red team buying their own wards. They're completely reliant on the support and their trinkets. If we take a look at the blue team itemization, they have 3 pink wards, they have 2 sight stones in the inventory, never mind what's already on the map. That's absolutely crazy and a huge advantage. As we do see, LeBlanc is picking up another side ward just to give them some extra information of where the red team is and make the plays accordingly. That's absolutely crazy on how well they're playing their vision, and that is definitely a team that I would like to coach, but no, I can't, because I already have plans for other things, guys. I did get questions after some games if I would like to coach, but no, there are other things going on right now, so I do apologize. But LeBlanc manages to burst down that Morgana so easily. She's a support, so she isn't able to sustain anything, but that Jax completely walking over Gangplank. Is there a Gangplank? I don't think there is. All I see is a Jax in the top lane, walking where he was, not caring of who's coming up to the top lane.
Yeah, right now Gangplank is complete non-factor of this game, because his ultimate doesn't do any real damage to, like, whatsoever. And yeah, Jax is now getting fat, really fat. He's already really fat, and he can like kill Gangplank in 4 or 5 hits with his auto attack. So yeah, it's really scary. And yeah, for me right now the question is, the fight, the barrel, the ultimates, the Black escapes easily, and now Morgana, no, actually Blyats is in trouble. He was used by Morgana.
Corner strike does come in from Jax. He is able to get away, but the exhaust is right on him as Morgana was able to use it right before her death. Gragas is gonna flash away. Damage was not enough, but Scarra just picks it up with an easy flash. Now that's 0 for 3 for the blue team. That's absolutely crazy. They're just dominating in terms of plays, mechanical plays, and the map pressure. Taking every advantage they can. Baron is gonna be spawning right now. They will pick up. They should be picking it up as soon as they can, because Tristana is just making so much pressure in the bottom lane, not minding her own business, not caring about the team fights, and completely shoving the lane. Now that's almost all outer turrets down for the blue team. All they need to do is take that mid lane, and they have the map. The map is theirs, and the red team should be scared to walk outside it.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say before that is actually my question right now is, will red team be able to get at least 1 kill on the blue team?
Oh, that is gonna be in question. And that guy should be nominated as the MVP for the red team, pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure if they can, but they can try. They can always try.
Yeah, what's more interesting for the blue team and for the whole team is like that Tristana is actually don't have any kills or assists. So it means that the 4 people from the blue team is actually winning like the whole game. What Tristana is doing is probably only scaring red team, like and saying like, oh, I'm on your bottom lane, I will get the turret. But that's basically it.
Yeah, what Tristana's doing right now is she's just farming up as much as she can in order to cause as much late game impact as possible. She's trying to cause as much bottom lane pressure as well, as she was able to pick up the 2 turrets in the bottom. So what she's doing is she's just basically split pushing and causing map pressure, causing the red team to go down and pick up the farm that she has pushed. So what they're doing right now is very, very strategic, and Tristana is basically having the time of her life right now. If you let Tristana free farm on the lane, she will become huge, and that is exactly what she has become right now. She has that vintage, and she will be picking up that Phantom Dancer, which will give her a major power spike. Both of the AD carries actually don't have any kills, as they were not joining up in the team fights. Corki was, but he lost on a lot of farm, which Tristana did manage to farm up on. So, because I would say actually that Tristana did do the right job. If there's no need, if your team is stomping, why join them? Cause extra pressure on another lane, shove down another lane, and basically snowball off of that by causing the red team to make them come to you while the rest of the team just do their jobs. Basically, that is exactly what they were doing right there. And she is going bot once again. Something that we saw in the late game, in the earlier game, in the previous game, sorry, I would like to say, is they had a 1-3-1 composition, having 1 in the top lane, 3 in the mid lane, and 1 in the bottom lane, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. If they actually did pick up that dragon, and they should be utilizing it once again, repeating what they already did. In terms of an analyst point of view, that is very easy to trace, and that can cause problems. Because there are ways to counter it, because you just know what they're going to do. So they know that there's going to be 1 top, they know there's going to be 3 mid, they know that there's going to be 1 bottom. If they group to make the according plays, they will be able to catch people out. But if we just take a look at the gold, it's 16,000 difference. As making some plays, there isn't much room for it. They still can, but yeah, I don't know if that's possible.
Even if you look at the items, like clearly seen that Vladimir is not even going for the damage right now. He have Abyssal Scepter, which is more, I consider it as more of a defensive item.
Yeah.
The power is not that huge of a deal, and so he will survive, but then the flank flashes in, W and team fight going on. Dragon,
son of
the barrel trying to control where Tristana stands, but Tristana still hitting the wall and now hitting everyone else.
Jax does go for defensive play right there, but he is just gonna go for the top lane turret, as LeBlanc wasn't even in the team fight, completely dominating the bottom lane. All of the lanes are just getting pushed. It's not looking too well for the red team. Every single inhibitor is going to be taken, and once you see that, you know there's just not many things you can do to make your win, to make any type of a comeback. I'm pretty sure that might be GGS. Corki is down, so that's less wave clear for their team.
This LeBlanc is really looks like a troll. She is always like, oh, I almost died, and then she get away from it all. So yeah, the red team still wasn't able to get even 1 kill, but game still haven't ended. So maybe someone will be greedy enough to jump under the fountain, but we'll see. And yeah, Tristana stealing the blue buff, because the jungle is totally blue right now, and now they will take the uncontested dragon, get a little bit more gold, maybe a little bit more farm, buy more items, and easily end the game.
Yeah, if we take a look at the blue team, the only reason why they weren't able to end the game is because they have a lack of not area pressure, sorry, but lack of AoE damage. So, okay, LeBlanc does actually can W minions, but she will not be able to W right between the Nexus turrets. So they don't have much wave clear going on for them. So And if we take a look at the red team, they do quite have a lot of wave clear coming out from the Morgana pool and the Gangplank barrels. So they can try to defend the turrets, but the damage is so strong. Gangplank is actually forced to use his ulti to use that extra wave clear that they have, delaying the game as much as they can. That's 3 super minion lanes pushing down towards their nexus. Are they going to be able to defend it? I don't think they will. That's an easy turret right there, coming out for the team. Gragas is taking some damage, forced to flash into the block, but he does manage to push him down. That's 3 kills coming out for the blue team's favor. Corki and Gangplank are gonna be forced to go back to their base as the game is gonna end, and Morgana is gonna quit the game because it was just way too hard and it was a one-way stomp. I have to say, well played by both teams. There were quite a lot of opportunities for the red team. They did not use them quite well, as they didn't go especially for that early game dragon, but Division was just played so well, especially with the 2 side stones, and the extra vision that each of the players bought. So each individual player of the blue team played extremely well, but I have to say that Skarner once again was the MVP. Oh, I'm sorry, the last game was the Zed. Skarner this time playing extremely well, carrying his team with the vision and thus winning the game.
Yeah, I actually really like also a nice attempt for Gragas trying to pick out this LeBlanc, but yeah, it wasn't a success. So guys, we will go on a break. We'll have to wait for some times until next team will be available for a stream. So bear with us.
Alright, see you later.